The audiobook, with every cell in me, I live to be hundreds and hundreds of years old. While I was young. Chapter 1. Now, living to be 100 years old as a cell, it's kind of like allowing a process to take order. The more the order take place, the more you feel like you got somewhere. The more you got somewhere, the more you feel like you're doing something. Like my teeth cap could be considered the cell of meditating on my inner child. I'm pretty sure I got all type cells on my body that remind me what it's like to be that kid, my inner child. Yeah, it was a long journey up until 39. And so I just gotta keep going. I'm really just kind of like fed up with how life is going. It don't really seem like every cell in me is want to operate. That shit really meditate on sleep every hour of the day. I would, but I'm 36 years bipolar. Every cell in me is depleted, feel like. They say after a while the cells start attacking itself or attacking the body. My cells, they were a lot happier than to just attack themselves. Hell, they ain't even mine. Looking how my mind is where I want it to be most of the time, long as it's me doing the talking or me having to follow my instructions or daily routine. Just a long, drawn out, detailed story of the most irrational, philosophical, cellular cell. A lot of that I kept locked away in what I would call a cell that's a DNA treasure box. Like I look at my cells like treasure boxes, or treasure locks. Just lock it away in your soul, kept locking away in your soul. The heart could move volumes, but in order to like get your heartbeat back, you just gotta think about a heart monitor. It was plenty cellular opposition. My body doesn't necessarily agree with my mind some days because of the cells in my ears. Looking at how for years and years and years, or the cells in my butt, like life just ain't registering. Now cells ain't registering as like me. I look how many times I find myself, my motor skills, my motor cells, just like out of control. It's like I don't get time to not overstrain my cells. My cells seem overstrained some days. I wish I could take back the details of other people's story and minds. It's like they want me to feel some type of way about their cellular structure. And somewhere in there, like the disagreement is like the biggest irrational, philosophical bull spit I've ever heard. Life does not mean I have to feel sympathetic just because you're not living right. Whatever you did to get to this point, to have me feeling some type of way, it's just a way of saying you your own human being. You have your own cells. You're allowed to feel any way you want. But at the same time, you just got to get back to getting your cells. I mean, we all born for ourselves to love on us. I miss that warm, fuzzy, panda-like feeling in my cells that just cuddle me. Most of my days, I just cuddle in bed on the weekends and just realize, hey, at least I got some rest. That'd probably be the only rest I got on the weekends. As if I did get any rest on the weekends looking at my lifestyle. In the back of my mind, the cells in the back of my mind, you know what they say? Depleted. Complete, utter failure. Like, in the back of the cells in my mind, it's saying, Reggie, we trying, but the way your cellular DNA is revised, it keep going back into like a cellular moment of an episode where you were way too young, way too inexperienced, way too just much of a child to have to deal with like irrational ability. Like, it's like you was on drugs at a young age and never did them. Not saying drugs or medical. I'm just saying, like, the cell in the back of my mind is just say, do not enter. And every chance these people get, it's always some type. It used to be like, whether it's a remark to the face or a remark behind my back or a remark on the inside, I'm just thinking, like, how many times in the back of my mind do I find, like, this inner child just getting tortured at the cells in the back of his mind? Like, my uncle tried raping me when I was little. He also beat me from behind with his fist. He did a lot to me from behind. He told me the reason he did is because he was hearing voices, and he just told me, Reggie, you could hear voices when you were 6. I don't care to venture off into the story because his story don't matter. I don't even see why I said it. See, it did it again. It reminded me of an ugly part of a person in my story that don't even matter. None of that shit matter. But does it feel like it need to enter into Reggie's system, cellular DNA, and try to figure out what he doing? I mean, the shit is just loud. And the loudest way you can hear the most uncomfortable, cellular, prison-like feelings. Like, to be in your feelings, you always feel in prison since 6. I know most kids get away like a vacation some days. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I've been on plenty vacations, but this vacation is turning out to be like some kind of horror flick. I mean, it went from being a horror flick to just flat out bluntly murdered. I don't want to end my story on that note. Like, that's just one chapter of many, but in the back of the cells of my mind, I just know somewhere in there I gotta reinvent myself. I gotta get back to the little kid in the back of me and be like, hey, that's yours, not nobody else's. Even if I did have to share, it just somewhat makes sense, right? Because all I did was run up, pull my uncle's pants down. My little nephew did that to me. Wasn't no big deal. I hear voices. Just, I had a mom and dad. At one point in time in the story, I was, 38. My dad grabbed my dick. He used to rub on my butt when I was 13. But he's a police officer, so fuck it. I still don't feel a need to feel other people's cellular retardation. Like, man, people do some retarded shit. And then, to make a long story short, just take back what's rightfully yours. If you feel like you own that cellular DNA structure in yourself, it's on you to get it back. If you die, you die trying to protect what's yours. But if I was you, I got all my money back and did me. That even if I did do me, it's so bad I'm to the point it's just me by now. Everything I relied on in life had somewhat, I guess you say, had a cellular DNA to just flip out, kill everybody in the room. That's it.